takes he wants to fade out the end of the video, and he uses Imagemagick where he says take the last 100 frames, and then he uses Imagemagick to gradually do the fading or the fill white draw. Gravity center. Gravity, I think, is what that is. So it goes through and it does the fade out for him. And 90 frames is about 3 seconds of video. So he goes through and...
Oh, yeah, 30 frames a second.
Yeah, about 30 frames a second.
Yep. So the last 3 seconds fade out as it's still going.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
And so you can do fade in, fade out, all from the command line. And using these scripts that he set up. He also he made it where he has a logo, and using Imagemagick, he positioned it so the logo would spin and then fade, and then it has like a watermark in the bottom.
I've seen that.
corner. And he did that all with Imagemagick and FFmpeg.
Huh.
I think he uses FFmpeg to break out into frames, individual frames, and then.
There's a similar one for the Raspberry Pi where they, like for the weather, they can put the temperature or GPS coordinates or whatever else on the bottom of the video as a watermark.
Oh yeah, that's cool. So I'll send this link to this presentation to the mailing list. But it's really cool. I was trying to look through what he has a lot of examples of the actual scripting. I was trying to see where his example of his video is. And I can't read from here. But I couldn't find the video, but in his presentation he was giving, he was playing it up on the screen, and it was a lot of cool stuff.
This was some guy that you just went to a presentation on this, or?
At Ohio Linux Fest, he was doing the presentation, and so I just stopped in and was watching him do it.
Cool.
Thought it was cool. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I'm looking at the Wikipedia for this, and it's a list of various features, and there must be like 40 of them, different things. Like you were mentioning, you could take some overlapping and then scripting for various pieces of stuff, and just amazing what it can do.
Yeah. Yeah.
As well as when you select the downsizing, you have all kinds of control over what type of color representation, what type of palette you're selecting, and that type of thing.
Yeah.
I wonder if this works with libAV since it runs because of the FFmpeg.
I'm sure you'd have to adjust the script, but I'm sure it'll do a lot of the same things. So that was my part of the presentation. Do we want to look at how bad my scripting was again? Or,
It wasn't bad, it worked, right? It just other ways to do it, that's all.
No, in fact, it was clearly written that any of the changes we mentioned would easily be implemented.
Yeah.
So now you're going to go ahead and keep working on this, and eventually you'll have these really slick videos that you can use for the MUG website, right?
Well, actually, yeah, it's possible. But the thing is, there's so many other ways to do it. Now, this script I used about 5 or 6 years ago. And then now, using CMSs instead of doing straight HTML pages, they have resizing capabilities right in the CMS.
Yeah, you upload the file.
Yeah, so I use WordPress, and it'll resize it right in the middle of as you're uploading. So I actually haven't used this in a long time. But the video thing is still very plausible. It looks really cool. But, all right.
It's great.
And then,
So let's see what happens if we plug this thing in.
thanks.
See that guy that was heading to Livonia, he doesn't know what he's missing.
Yeah.
Either one of you had started to talk, he would have been so lost.
By the way, if you guys are looking for internet access, we have our own it's available under MUG, M-U-G, and the password is MUG meeting, all one word.
So what's the difference between that and the physical map in the library, or?
The difference is that you hit WPA 2 console instead of what the library gives you, which is no security whatsoever, and you don't have to go to a landing page.
All right, so.
And the receptor's a lot closer, so you got a little stronger signal speed.
Yeah. So, like Tony, I'm not big on slides tonight. This is my slide.
Slide.
Yeah.
Single. Okay.
And I use the term really, really loosely. ImageMagick, the website, is something that's quite amazing. We'll go there in a sec. There's also two other links for options, which there's a link off their website, obviously. Geometry is very important. So we're going to go to the ImageMagick site. And yeah, that fits all right. Okay, the ImageMagick site is huge. There's a ton of information on here. It's very easy to get lost. But the very, very important page you want to go to is this options page. Okay, Gib was saying something about
Oh
like
my
40
God.
things you can do.
Holy cow.
Okay, I don't know how many are there. I think it's more than 40.
Mm-hmm.
Like any image processing tool, if you're not into image processing, most of the stuff doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Right? Like GIMP. You ever try using GIMP? It's, every time I use it, I have to relearn it. And
It's frustrating.
And I swear I've come up with like 9 different ways to resize images. And all the other things I try to do in GIMP. Well, ImageMagick can do that and more. And you want to resize something, there's a, let's see, resize option. If I click on that, it'll take me to that information. It's really, it's all one, enormously long page.
Sure.
And these things are just links, references within that page. So I wanted to show you guys the couple hundred things it can do. Just
We don't have that much time.
briefly. Yes. Yes. We don't have time to show you all those, but I do want to show you. Full screen. Okay. So since I plugged in, my resolution's all goofed up here. So there's several things I want to show you guys tonight. I'm going to start with the basics. And the basics are, let's see if we can get rid of these. Get rid of those. I've got a script here that does a couple of simple things. One of the great things about ImageMagick is you can convert pretty much any image format to any other image format. Okay, I've got this file called om.png, and I need it in GIF format, GIF format, for whatever reason.
GIF, yeah.
Okay, convert input file, output file. Right, convert it to JPEG, input file to output file. That's all you got to do. One of the things I find a little bit odd about ImageMagick is they've kind of taken the word convert as one of their commands. And to me, convert
It's generic.
is too generic
Yeah.
for one program to
Yeah.
steal
Right.
and to commandeer, right? There's a lot of other things you might think convert would do.
Sure.
Should be IM underscore
Yeah,
convert
or
or
just
something like
IM,
that.
yeah.
Yeah, something like that, right?
Something, right.
Anyway.
They're very
Or-
early.
or it
they-
should be-
they-
Yeah, they were probably very early.
It
so-
should be ImageMagick
hadn't-
space convert.
Yeah, like convert would be a subcommand of
Right.
ImageMagick or something. Anyway, they were there first. They got it when nobody else did. So it's just what we live with, right? There's also other commands within ImageMagick. Identify is one that Tony showed. That'll tell you, what does that tell you? Information about the image?
The same stuff you see in properties kind of thing?
Yeah, we can even play this one here. Identify. Right. It's PNG. It looks like resolution is 242 by 313. 8-bit pseudo class, blah blah blah. Right. Let me show you what my input image is. Right? It's just one of the XKCD, I picked a random XKCD.
EOG
Yeah, I'm using EOG as the viewer. When Tony clicked on an image in the web browser, it launched EOG. It's GNOME's
Oh.
image viewer, right? I used to always be in the habit of launching GIMP when I want to view an image, but that carries
That's-
Yeah, it takes
That's
forever
over
to do
here.
now.
Yeah, GIMP, all right. And then we wait.
Yeah, for all
And
the,
we wait. And it opens up 4 different panes.
Yeah.
And then it shows the image, right? Fine. Okay, anyway, that's my input image. And when you go to close it, you gotta close the right one so that everything closes. Like,
Yeah.
don't close the right one.
It's just like Windows, when you open something in Word or Excel or PowerPoint, and then it spins there and shows the word, and then sits there for 50.
The splash screen, yeah, all that stuff. Well, EOG is fast, that's why I use it.
sure.
And I'm sure there's other faster ways, but that's just, that comes installed on the system, so.
Most
It's like
browsers will
events for
display
PDF.
images directly.
I'm sorry?
Most browsers will.
Yeah, it's like events for PDF.
Yeah,
Anyway, okay, so that's how you can easily convert from one format to another. Right? Doesn't change anything else about the document, doesn't, or the image, it doesn't change the size or anything. Now, if you wanna change the size of it, you wanna make it bigger, the order of the commands is very important. You see, I tell it the image I want, then I tell it the scale that I wanna make it, I'm gonna grow it 200%, and then the output file. Right, so convert, the PNG dash scale, 200%. EX3, alright.
well, yeah,
And that's 100% of its size, so it's, yeah, it's about twice as big, right?
double the pixels.
Yeah, double height, double
Yeah.
height, double
Really?
width. Yeah. It doesn't do anything to try to make it, smooth. I mean, you can see, all it did was
Fuzzy.
doubled everything.
Yeah, just double, yeah, I mean, the exact size,
Yeah.
44 by
It
626.
doesn't, yeah. Yeah, had I done a much larger scale, it would just make the,
I'm sure there's an option for that, though.